found LifeVantage, and it's allowed us, LifeVantage has allowed us, average people, to be able to have and do things that are far from average. And that's what excites me about LifeVantage. If you have an above average desire for things, an above average desire for better health, for more choices with your time versus being forced to just do things that you really don't want to do, then you are in the right spot to hear what could be an option for you. It may not be for you, but it was certainly for us. And it has been for a lot of people. We've been able now to help thousands of people earn income. And more importantly, over 100,000 people we've been able to help improve their health. And I'm excited for you to hear the health side of this overview from my beautiful wife, Lynette. You're going to be blown away by the science, and probably a product that you've never heard of, and you're going to wonder why. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's for sure. Will you share screen for us
I
so
will.
that we can follow along? I like to kind of keep things succinct out of respect for your time, because when you kind of unleash us on this topic, we could have you here for hours. So the PowerPoint's going to help us keep on task and respectful of your time. To get some disclosures out of the way as we get started here, just know that we're going to be talking about science, but we're going to talk about income too. And so it's important that you realize that you get out of this what you put into it. So everyone's results vary, just like in anything else in life. But we are going to be talking about those things today. We're going to be talking about leveling up your life. You see, I get so excited, I get tongue twisted.
I was wondering what that was.
I get excited. Leveling up your life and taking control of your health and your bank account with LifeVantage. And that is absolutely what has been the case for us. But to get started, we're going to go back to the very beginning, you guys. It's the coolest story. The scientist that you see there in the white lab coat is an Elliott Crescent Award winner for discovering the SOD molecule in our bodies. SOD stands for superoxide dismutase. If you've never heard of that, don't feel bad. I hadn't either. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I sound kind of smart when I say that, don't I? But that discovery, he actually spent his entire career studying and researching the effects of free radical damage, which is otherwise known as oxidative stress. That's the effects of free radical damage and the role that it plays in aging. And from that came our little yellow activator, our Protandim Nerf2 product. So that product came into existence in 2003. And it's so interesting because at that point in time, we weren't even set up for distribution, but something that kind of spawned things along. It started with a study by the University of Colorado. And their study concluded that this product lowers oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. Well, that's kind of a breakthrough. Like there's nothing else out there that does that. So it got the attention of ABC News. They send out John Quinones. Maybe some of you have heard of him before. He's a reporter for the show Prime Time. And, you know, I used to watch that show with my family. And I remember that typically what they did on that program is they would come in and kind of blow the cover on things, like expose people. And I don't know if that was their intent when they came to do this piece, but that's not exactly what occurred, because what occurred is they drew John Quinones' blood on camera. He started on Protandim Nerf2. 2 weeks later, had his blood drawn again, and his results were even better than what the study had shown. So when that happened, it gained the attention of people. Like the people who saw that program was like, I want that product. Financial institutions were like, we want to be a part of that. Universities wanted to start studying it. I mean, it really got some attention. So they had to quickly and get themselves set up for distribution. So they put it on the store shelves of like GNC and Vitamin World and a couple places like that. The problem is, as I mentioned, there was nothing else out there that did what Protandim Nerf2 does. So what they did is they put it on the shelf in a category most similar to what it would be, right? So they put it next to antioxidants Well, you and I know antioxidants, you can get a bottle of vitamin C for, $8 or something. Protandim was $50. So it really wasn't selling the way that they needed it to sell to make it a profitable company. So they brought in a new team of executives, and that team said, this needs to be in direct sales so that a story can be told, an educational piece can occur. And that is exactly what happened in 2009. It brought this company from a $3 million company to over a $230 million company. Absolutely an unbelievable decision, the right decision, right? It also has led to us being a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, as well as having many other universities do more research on this. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But first, it's important for you to understand what causes oxidative stress. And really, you guys, it's everywhere. Like, the causes are everywhere. It's caused from the food we eat and the water that we drink, the air we breathe. I mean, think about the pesticides and the toxins and the EMFs and all of these things that we're inundated with on a daily basis. It takes its toll on our bodies. If oxidative stress levels are not kept in check, it is not good for your health. It can cause health challenges, right? And so this website right here, pubmed.gov, is a great resource to really understand oxidative stress. In fact, if you go there and type in oxidative stress, you're going to find over 250,000 studies that have been done. Now, each study costs millions of dollars. So why do they keep studying it? Why do they keep spending the money? It's because it's that big of a deal, right? If your oxidative stress levels are out of whack, your heart cannot perform at an optimal level. If your oxidative stress levels are out of whack, your brain can't perform at an optimal level, as well as all these other organs in our body. So until LifeVantage, there was no answer. There was no solution. There was nothing else that could lower oxidative stress levels the way that we're able to accomplish now. No amount of fruits, vegetables, vitamins. There was nothing that has the same results as what you gain when you're taking Protandim Nerve 2. So in talking about this product, you guys, as I mentioned, it is proven, scientifically proven, to lower oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. It increases that superoxide dismutase molecule that we mentioned earlier by 30%, increases catalase by 54%, and glutathione by 300%. You might be familiar with that one. That one's a little more common to have heard of. And it's the only dietary supplement proven to extend life in male mice. That's absolutely incredible. And that is research that was done by the National Institute on Aging. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you guys, it's 5 plants. It's turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha. Now, what I want you to understand is I spent my whole life hearing that I should take antioxidants. I never knew why. I knew I was supposed to take them, didn't know why. Well, the reason that we were being told to do that is because it was the only way proven to eradicate free radicals. Free radicals cause oxidative stress to the body. And we've already discussed that oxidative stress is not a good thing for your body, right? So because there was nothing else, we were being told, well, take your antioxidants. Well, the problem is the antioxidants work on a 1-to-1 ratio in eradicating free radicals. So it would require eating like 500 cups of broccoli a day, 400 oranges a day.
What, you don't do that?
It would be a little bit of a challenge. I'm just going to tell you. So your body, it can't handle that, right? So the way that Protandim is working is it's getting your body to do the work. It works on a 1-to-1 million basis in eradicating the free radicals. And it does it over and over because we're not supplementing our body, we're activating our body. I think the best way to explain it is with an analogy. Like this room that we're in right now has wires that go through the walls. Well, if I walk in this room at night, it's dark until I flip the switch on, right? Like the room's wired for light, but until I flip the switch, the lights are out, it's dark. Well, our bodies are wired to produce our own antioxidant enzymes. The problem is that as we age, that production decreases. Protandim nerve 2 flips the switch on it. It gets our bodies to start doing again what it was doing when we were in our 20s. Now you're starting to see why this is such a big deal. Check out some of the research that's been done. I mean, Ohio State University, Harvard University, American Heart Association. We're talking extensive research that have been done on this product. In addition to that, we've been featured on these different news stations, ABC News, NBC, Dr. Phil, the Today Show. And what excites me with my entrepreneurial mind is that we have 7 renewable patents, which typically you're not able to get on a product that's natural, but it's this formula, it's this synergy that's created from this recipe that makes it do what it does. And that's the reason that the patents were able to be achieved. Check out what Washington State University said. Nerve 2 activation, potentially the most extraordinary and preventative breakthrough in the history. That's a powerful, powerful statement. So this is kind of our catalog of products, you guys. And as much as I would love to educate you on each and every one of these, out of respect for your time, I'm not going to do that. But it did all begin with the science of Protandim nerve 2 and that nerve 2 activation. And it's incorporated in a lot of these products that you see here before you because of how powerful it is, the powerful, powerful pathway. So what I would tell you is if you want more information on any one of these products in particular, just get with the person who invited you here. I could tell you a story for every one of them because I use every one of them every day and am in love with them. And I'm sure that the person who shared this with you could share some of that information as well. But at this point, I'm going to go ahead and transition us and let you take over and share some other exciting
Awesome.
stuff.
Sounds good. I hope you guys enjoyed that overview of the products. And I think I took every one of those products today that was in that last picture.
I definitely did.
Except for the pit tandem. I'm not, that's for our dog Bentley.
Well,
so
we took it, so does that count?
That counts, that counts. So I want now to kind of take the information that you just heard and let's see if you can see some profit potential with a product like this. When Lynette was just talking about the patents, the entrepreneurs out there, like my brain I still get excited when I talk or hear about those patents, because as an entrepreneur, if you have patents, that gives you exclusive rights to something. And that's exactly what we're offering you. The only people that have the right to sell this product are distributors of LifeVantage. LifeVantage is the only company that can produce this product, and we're protected by those patents. And that gives any entrepreneur a unique opportunity if the product is actually valid and people want it. And so when Lynette's talking about reducing oxidative stress and how that's connected to everything in the human body, like I'll just tell you this in a very compliant way, everything you don't like about your health is associated with oxidative stress. And we know you can lower your oxidative stress with this product. That, my friends, spells massive, massive opportunity, because this isn't a deal for just younger people or older people or females or males. If you breathe, you should try to lower your oxidative stress. That's just the way it is. And that makes for a great opportunity. So you may recognize some of these companies and these logos. And I just want to try and make simple sense out of something that could be a long, drawn out, complicated conversation of how does this work? Like we get like, tell me, how's this work? Okay. This is how it works. For instance, Airbnb. Maybe you've used an Airbnb. Maybe you guys have used an Uber. Okay. I was in an Airbnb a couple of weeks ago and it worked out perfectly. I was in a remote part of Georgia. There really weren't any hotels around and I didn't want to stay in some nasty place. So I went on to Airbnb. I found a house suitable for me, and all was good. Now, guess what? There was a money transaction there. What I needed a place to stay in this remote part of Georgia. There's a person that has a house in the remote part of Georgia, and it was Airbnb that allowed the two of us to connect. Now, the person with the house made some money, Airbnb made some money, and I got what I wanted. I got a nice place to stay. What we're offering is the exact same thing, guys. What LifeVantage has is a product that reduces oxidative stress in all mammals, okay? And there are a lot of mammals, especially humans, that would like to lower oxidative stress. We have what a lot of people want. LifeVantage allows us to make the connection. And in doing so, if you are willing to be one of those people that are a connector, right, putting people together, then there's money to be made for you. There's commissions available to you, just like the person that owns that house, okay? Same thing with Uber. If you need a ride, there's somebody in the same town that has a car willing to give you that ride, and there's a money transaction. That's what we're talking about here. So we love this business model. Lynette and I come from traditional business. Listen, we all start as employees, like I said, unless you're just born with the silver spoon and someone just gives you this path. That's probably none of you. We were somebody's employee at one time where they told us when we had to be at work, when we could practically go to the bathroom, definitely when we could go to lunch and how long that lunch was going to be, when we could take vacations and how long those vacations were going to be, and how much we were going to get paid. And that was the part I didn't like. I didn't like people telling me how much I was going to get paid. Okay. And so real early on, Lynette and I decided that we wanted to have some more flexibility and freedom. We bought our own business. I told you that already. But we didn't stop with one. We got 6. Okay. We went to 2, and that wasn't getting what we wanted. We went to 3, and then we went to 4. And why? Why? Because one didn't get us what we wanted. And what did we want? We wanted the ability to live above poverty level, meaning that if the transmission went out in our car, it wasn't a really big deal, like the world didn't come to an end. Or if anything happened, we didn't have to start scrambling and have massive upheaval in our life. And we lived that way for a while, but the businesses we were in were really taking a lot of time that we wanted back. And when we saw this business model, it was the perfect model for us. It's called the laptop lifestyle. And we're on a laptop right now in Florida. I don't know where you're sitting, but we conduct business all over the world through our phones and a laptop, guys. It's a phenomenal way to do this business. In fact, when I was in that Airbnb in Georgia a few weeks ago, I did one of these and all was good. So how does this work? Well, we build networks, we make connections. Okay. We tell this story, and in telling the story, we'll gain some customers. Some of those customers say, well, wait a second. I would like to tell some people about this. And if they're willing to do that, well, then they have the ability to become a distributor. And so we gain a network of distributors. Either way, customers and distributors are using these products. That connection has been made, and we earn commissions by doing that. Okay. In fact, we don't earn any money unless someone takes the product. All right. No commissions are made on signing someone up just to sign someone up. Right. Only when products leave the factory and real people are going to use real products, there's a sales transaction that happens. That's when we earn income. Right. As I said, we do this with a lot of technology. Don't let that overwhelm you. If you own a cell phone, you've already at some point made a decision to use technology. I mean, yeah, there's crazy things to keep up with, but could you imagine going through life without a cell phone? That's almost impossible to even fathom. And so if you've warmed up to a cell phone, you're going to like our technology, because we use cell phones and apps to help us build this business. All right. And though most of you are probably watching this in the United States, we are not just a US business. Lynette and I have been able to build a global business in a lot of these countries that you see represented on this slide. The exciting thing about that, a lot of people will tell you should be diversified. Well, I'm telling you, in business, it's good to be diversified. It's good to have business outside of your city, outside of your state, and outside of your country, because things happen, as we know. Things can happen really, really fast. And if all of your business is in one town or one state or one country, you could be massively impacted. Your family could suffer for that. And LifeVantage gives you an opportunity to scale. You may have heard that word on Shark Tank or whatever, scaling. LifeVantage gives you the ability to scale your business outside of your city, your state, or your country. It's really cool. Okay. So how do you do this? Well, the best way to do it is to select one of our packs. We've got a Premier pack. It is our entry-level pack. It comes with a savings, and it's really centered at some of our core products, some of the ones that have been around the longest. You see some other things there other than what Lynette talked about. Just know everything starts with the reduction of oxidative stress from our standpoint with your health. And once we can reduce oxidative stress, well, then we can start taking some specific things in your life that you want to improve on. You want better energy, you have a goal, health goal, to have more energy. We have a product line for that, as well as other products in that Premier pack. However, the biggest savings and the biggest splash that you can make, I tell people when they're trying to decide what to get, I ask them, do you want a little bit of this opportunity or do you want all of it? And they almost always say, I want all of it. Well, if you want all of it, it means that you need to experience all of the products for yourself to create your story. That's really what this is, guys. If you think of the Airbnb thing, when you're looking through listings, those homeowners are just telling you a story about their home. They're not telling you all the details. The story's told, you have an emotional connection with a bedroom or a kitchen or whatever, and you make a decision. That's what this bigger pack, this elite pack, will allow you to do. It allows you to make an emotional connection with these products so that you can tell a story authentically, and people will listen and will choose to try these products as well. I suggest you get the elite pack. It has the biggest savings. And while we're talking about this, I'm not an accountant, so check with your accountant, but this is a business and there are massive, massive savings you can get. I think every one of you should join this just to get the tax advantages of owning your own business. Coming from a couple of people who have owned many businesses, you need to own a business. And when you do so, when you invest and start that business up, check with your accountant, but should be 100% tax deductible. How do you get paid? One of my favorite parts. You get paid weekly and monthly. And once you start to build a little bit of rapport with the company, when the company can trust you a little bit and you got a little bit of sales volume, they'll even start paying you daily pay. We get these notifications on our cell phones, and I'm telling you, it's never a bad thing when the alert comes up and it says you've earned commissions. Like, that is not a bad message to get. And so you get paid 40%, guys, 40% on your own sales, which is extremely high commission. You'll see in a second how that works out for Profit Mode. And then we get paid the piece. And that's the piece why Lynette and I joined this. We knew hard work. That wasn't the problem. The problem was we work hard and we get paid once, and then we had to go work hard again and again and again. And I'm just telling you right now, if you are not happy where you are financially, it's probably not because you haven't been working hard enough. The saying is, if hard work alone is what made you wealthy, every construction worker you know would be wealthy. So don't think you just got to get a second job or a third job. What you really need is leverage. You need to scale. And that is exactly what we're offering you tonight. Here's how you get into Profit Mode. So I told you that pack, the elite pack, is $9.99. If 3 people that you know want to earn some more money, that they're open to this opportunity, you're in Profit Mode. And so I love to just say, guys, listen. Do you know anybody that wants to make less money in 2022 than they did in 2021? I don't know anyone that says, I made too much. I made too much. I don't want to make that much ever again. No, they all want to make more. So finding 3 is just a matter of you making some connections. It's not if they want it, they want it. You just need to make the connections. 3 people, all your money back. And if you really want to break it down, it works the same way with just one of our products. 3 people. And oh, by the way, guys, that product that lowers oxidative stress, that works, all the science, the celebrities that have used it, the ABC News report, all of that comes with a 30-day money back guarantee, whether the bottle's opened or not, with free shipping, money back guarantee. Okay. And the same applies for your customers. In fact, if people just want to try this and you got some people just want to connect, there's a way for you to actually get your product for free by referring this product out to enough people. I think it's 3. I think if you refer it to 3, don't quote me on that. Ask the person that put you on here, but I'm pretty sure if you get 3 referrals, you get your product for free. So this is kind of a breakdown of our leveraged income, the one that I told you why Lynette and I are here. I won't get into details with this, but we will focus on that first royalty commission. And to keep this thing simple, guys, Lynette and I went out and started making those connections. We found people that wanted better health. We found people that wanted more time, choice in their life, and they said yes to us. Okay, so imagine line 1 is the people that said yes to us. Well, then once those people said yes, we said, hey, let's tell this story to some of your people, your network. Let's see if your network has some people that wants better health. And then we found some people that they said yes. And you can see how the numbers start to build. Well, here's what I want you to know. Remember those numbers I gave you a little bit earlier? So look what if you just look at the third line, guys, that is 155 people, because you got to add the 5, the 25, and the 125. With 150 people in our unilevel model, with a $200 usage and a cumulative customer. So like my parents take the product, that counts towards our $200 personal usage. All right. So that's what that 200 is. It's what you're using and what your customers are using. Okay. Super, super simple to find that number of people, really more. You would be earning in this example, the 2,000 plus the 250 plus the 20. We're talking over $30,000 a year. Over 30 grand, guys, a year. I mean, what kind of impact? What could you do with that, right? And then for Lynette and I's example, we've been at this now for a while. We've built a global team. So you can see how the income grows as you get more people sharing and connecting. My wife and I have over 10,000 people that are distributors. Okay, 10,000, over 125,000 people on the product. So we're going to show you what that looks like financially here. Now, I'll put my readers on here, but let's talk about Pro 3 for a second. That's an average. If you look at the third column, average monthly commissions paid, that's $580 a month, which I know for most families is a big deal. Because if the opposite was true, if $580 was not in the checking account when every month it's supposed to be, would that be a problem in your family? Would that put a squeeze if you didn't have that 580? And for most families, it'd be more than a squeeze. So imagine the reverse. Imagine if there was an extra 580. What could you do with that? Could you get out of some credit card debt? Could you do some things for your kids? We're parents. As parents, if you're a parent, you guys know one of the things that tugs at your heart is wanting to do things for your kids. And sometimes you just can't because you just don't have enough money. Would an extra $580 a month allow you to do some things for your kids? And oh, by the way, you can get there very part-time. Lynette and I got there. We had 6 corporations when we decided to do this because we wanted out, but we were still employees, 6 different tax returns. Oh my goodness. We got to Pro 3 very part-time. We even got to Pro 5 part-time. Pro 5 is about that income that I was telling you a little bit earlier with the amount of people that you have on your team. $2,900 a month on average, okay, is what's being made. And you can still get there part-time. Lynette and I were part-time. Most people we know that joins us is still doing what they did before and doing this part-time to get to that rank, okay? But let me make this clear. Lynette gave that disclosure. This is going to take work. Make no mistake about it. You are not going to earn $30,000 a year by not working. It just is a matter of If you like where you are right now, then keep doing it. But if you don't have the time that you want to have, and you don't have the financial cushion that you want to have, you're going to have to change something. And then Pro 7, that'll change something. An average of $12,000 a month. We're talking a six-figure income. Now, at this point, Lynette and I were still part-time, but at this point, we knew that this was going to be what we wanted to do full-time. And that was about the time where we started setting some things up to go full-time with this company. And so the question really is, and I'm sure you're asking, well, it's really, is this real? I think Lynette covered that. Science, patents, universities, ABC News, publicly, it's real. The question is, can I do this? Lynette and I had never done this type business model before. We thought this was actually a silly business model. We thought this was for people who didn't know how to earn money. We thought this was for people who wanted just kind of to stay busy on their evenings because they didn't have anything to do. We were wrong. We were uneducated, but we wondered, could we do this? And we were able to have success because they were professionals that had come before us that showed us some simple steps. They're like, yes, Brandon, I know you know traditional business. This is different than traditional business. It doesn't, these are the simple things you do. In fact, the more simple, the more people can do what you do, and the more connections you can make. If you make it too difficult, not many people can do it. You don't make the connections, you get where I'm coming from, right? And so we have massive support, multilingual support. We have an app on our phones that really, like, we tell people, listen, most people open their cell phones over 80 times a day. I tell people, if you'll just open your cell phone and instead of going to social media or whatever you do, just a few times go to the app and send some invites, make some connections, and watch what happens, okay? And so we thank you guys for being here with us today. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to tell you that, you know, you're probably one of three people. One being, I want some world-class health. I want to improve my health. My health is not optimal, and I would love to have some leverage. I would love to not trade time for money. And if that's you, join us in this business. Others are like, you know what? I got all the money I need. I got a big cushion. I'm sitting on a nice stack of cash, but I would like to improve my health because I would like to be able to use that cash instead of being ill and not being able to enjoy my fruits of labor. If that's you, become a product user. Get on this product. There's that money back guarantee, the science, I don't have to restate it. But maybe you're like, I got all the money I need. My health is incredible. Be a connector. Connect some people to this, because there are a lot of people who don't have great health. There are a lot of people who would like to improve their health. And there are a lot of people who need this opportunity. And you should put this in front of some people. Get with the people that put them on here and say, hey, give this person a call. You're one of the three. Just get with the person that put you on here. Let them know where you are. I'm 1, 2, or 3 on this thing, and I'm sure they'll be happy to get back with you. In conclusion, I'll tell you this. We are in a period of time in the United States and the world where things are becoming more and more stressful. And that's obvious by just looking around. Why are ships stacked up on the shores of our biggest ports? Why did 4 million people quit their jobs in August? Why are they saying upwards of 40% of Americans are thinking about changing their jobs? I can promise you this. It's not because they're getting paid too much and they're super happy with things in their financial life. People don't quit their jobs because they love what they do and they love their boss and they're overpaid. They quit because of the opposite. Maybe you're one of the 40%. Maybe you're looking for some change. Maybe you're looking and you haven't found, and maybe you didn't think this was it. We didn't think this was it. Trust me. It took me forever to say yes to this, but this was it. We are so grateful that the last 2 years with all this stuff that's been going on, we said yes to LifeVantage and we started building a leveraged economic engine that has provided us residual income so that we can raise those teenagers the way we want. We can make the financial decisions that are wisest for our family, not imposed by an employer. And we get to do this by improving the health of people around the world. It is phenomenal. It is the best thing we've ever done. I hope you join us. I hope you help us connect the world to this product. And in doing so, earning some commissions in the process. So with that, Sandra, we're going to kick this back over to you. Thank you guys so much. And we hope to see you guys somewhere at one of these LifeVantage events where you can see some amazing entrepreneurs from around the world.
Thank you, Brandon and Lynette. As always, amazing. You guys, I hope this kind of connected with you guys. Lots of amazing information that they shared with you guys, their story, their background. But thank you again for joining us today. And as always, make sure you connect every Tuesday, same time, same place. And hopefully next time you can bring a few others to join with you if this was your very first one. So until next time, thank you again, Brandon and Lynette. As always, amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.